Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video to the channel. So in this video, we're going to be doing a money making method, which I've been meaning to do for a couple of months. And it was something I set myself as a bit of a goal for 2025 to get all my supplies used. But as you can imagine, I kind of got to do it. So I'm going to cover what I'm looking to do this year in terms of this money making method, how much I've got in the bank, and also how much profit is attained to it. Because it's one of those which has certain add-ons to it and you can do more with it and make more profit as well. Now, in terms of this video might be out on either Monday or Tuesday. We are currently in the waiting room for the inverted skilling cape update. So if it's not released in time, I'll upload this video instead. So if you are enjoying the videos and you are enjoying the channel as well, please make sure to hit that subscription button. Please like the video if you're enjoying it. It really helps me out to be seen by more and more people. And for this year, I have set myself a very big goal in terms of subscribers. And if you guys could help me out, it would mean the world to me. So the money making method we're going to do in this video is going to be Juju potions. Now Juju potions are one of those things which aren't commonly used for a training method because the XP generally isn't great. Now Juju potions helps to put together Herblore and Hunter. The Juju vines are only sort of accessible by hunting the Jidinko or also growing it in player own farm. And because of that, they're very limited on how they come into the game. Now because I trained Hunter many moons ago, I do have a decent stock of certain vines. The Draconic Vines is from the Draconic Jidinkus, which used to be the standard way to go from about 80 to 99 hunting. That's how I did it back in the day. Another one which we're going to cover in this video, which I find very useful as well, is the Marble Vines. And these are going to give access to the two potions we're going to talk through, which are going to be the Farming Juju Potion, which you all know what the Farming Juju Potion is. It gives you a chance of getting double herbs. It's one of the Juju Potions which really does pay back like your investment on the potion, and you make a lot more profit with farming using it. The Draconic Vine is going to be used for the Juju Mining Potion, which gives you a chance to bank extra ore. Again, makes it more AFK for you as well, and also a really good way to extend your mining training and not use port charges. Now, not so much in the case of the Farming Potion, but also we can then take the Juju Mining Potion to the Perfect Potion, which extends its effects to a full hour, and also gives us another chance to make a little bit more money with that as well. But we'll cover all of this, and along with that as well, just because I've got it in my bank, when the woodcutting update was brought in, I did buy some Juju woodcutting potions to turn into Perfect Plus potions, so we'll cover that as well. So in terms of just making pure Juju potions, we're going to look at farming, we're going to look at mining, and then for the Perfect Plus potions, we'll look at woodcutting as well as mining as well, because those are the ones I think are the best ones really. They're the ones which I think get the most value. Now Juju potions, you can do a couple of things. You can also farm your own herbs, which I do this in my run. Like you have two Juju farming patches which you can put the herbs in. I always do it because it can be an incredible way to make some extra profit farming, and sometimes they're higher value than standard herbs. But there will be a brand new herb video coming, both for farming and also my extra farm runs as well, just for you guys as well, because I think a lot of things with the farming runs have changed over the past year or so, and just for this year I thought I'd do it as well. Hopefully that is enough for you guys to sort of digest. And then one final thing before getting on. When we're doing anything like this, we want to make sure we have all our Herblore buffs together. So this is going to be the Scroll of Efficiency from Dungeoneering, which gives you a 10% chance to save your secondaries. And especially with Juju potions, when you're dealing with the vines where you're going to have to go and hunt them or do something to go and get them, you can't just buy them on the Grand Exchange. It's a really good way to save these resources and make them stretch as far as possible. You would want to be on World 84 or somewhere you have access to a portable well, because that's going to give you more potions. Having access to the Botanist Mask as well will give you a 5% chance to make extra potions, and the Brooch for Guard, yes it is a bit pricey, but it will give you more procs when creating potions, which also work for Juju potions. I think that's it. Again, if you have any XP buffing armors or anything like that, that is always worthwhile doing. And World 84 does give you access to all the pulse cores and all the bonuses as well, so you will get a little bit more XP. So let's get started. So the two herbs we're going to look at is the Eugene potion and the Samden potion. So Eugene is not spelled like that, it's spelled like this. And what we're going to go and do is find the instant price for what these potions are going to be, because then we can understand how much one of these vines is going to be, or if farming the potion can also be really good profit. So what I'm going to do is always just try and instant buy one, but because these items are very niche, sometimes you can struggle to get them. So as you can see, there are currently none of the Eugene potions on the Grand Exchange, which is fine because we've got a decent stock on the in the bank, which we can go and find the price of. The Samden potion as well can also be very similar. Now, as you can see, especially in the case of the Samden potion, the herb will be valued roughly at nearly 20,000 coins. That currently outperforms most of the potions on the Grand Exchange. So these can be really good to add in, especially if you're going to use things like your Dwarven Harvesters and all your other buffs as well. So at the minute, nothing is instant buying, which is not surprising because these potions can be a little bit niche. Luckily for me, I have a decent stock of both. So I'm just going to take a couple out just to see if we can find some like sample prices to work off as well. So the Samden is going to instant sell for a price of 24.5k, which again is not bad. And then the Eugene potion is going to go and sell for a price of 11,000 coins. So as you see, really good ways to make some profit. And the seeds you can buy from Juju Mambo. Every single day you can buy 5 of each. Just really good to start buying them and just stacking them as well, because especially if you can use the instant growth potions, you can get a very decent amount of these herbs per hour. So now we know the price of the unfinished potions, and technically the vines are free because you're going to have to go and get them yourself, but there are some decent margins with those as well. So the first one we're going to have a look at is the mining potion. And as you can see, even if we bought the mining potion for 48,000 coins, the vine is going to be valued at 23,000. But as you can see at the minute, they are selling for nearly 96,000 coins. Is that my potion? No. So I've had these selling for a while. It turns out I just need to drop the price down a tiny little bit and I can do this as well. So for me, I have 7,000 vines. I also have a big stock of Samden potions, and don't get me wrong, I know it's helpful that I've got those stock of potions, but this is why you slow buy things over time. It probably took me like 3 months to fill that Samden potion, and as you can see here, we can value each one of those draconic vines at 70,000 coins, which is crazy. Now, I'm just going to try and like sort of drop the price down, and we can see where it goes. But this also teaches you another thing as well. I've had this price in for just under 100,000 for these potions for probably 6 months, and I've never been like desperate to sell them, but they will sell over time because eventually prices fluctuate, prices rise, and especially with Juju potions as well. They can be so niche and so like low volume at a time that they can spike quite heavily. That is a massive margin as well in terms of a flip. If you wanted to do a flip, you can make a lot of money there. But also, even if you just sold it for that price, you're still going to value your vine at 23,000 coins. And don't get me wrong, it's a bit of a weird moneymaker where you're going to have to still go and get the vines, but valuing those vines at Draconic Juninkos is going to be 23,000 coins each. Now, you can do a moneymaker actually just from buying supplies on the Grand Exchange. So the next stage of a Juju potion is then the Perfect Potion. So the Perfect Potion basically extends the effects for an hour. And all you need to do for this is to have the Mining Potion and then put in some Harmony Moss. So the Harmony Moss can be relatively cheap, but again, very similar to the Juju potions, can be quite niche as well. So sometimes you can get a decent amount on the Grand Exchange, sometimes it's quite high. That's why like sometimes it really does pay to wait out your supplies. But 33,000 coins isn't going to be like the price I want to value it off. We're going to go off like instant prices. So we'll go here and we can see that 8,000 coins and then 48,000 coins for the Juju potion. So if we worked off 56k, we can see what price the Juju Perfect Plus Mining Potion is. So a 3 dose is currently valued at 61k, which would still be profit actually if we bought it for that price. But let's see what price it sells for. 61.3k just from buying stuff on the Grand Exchange really isn't that bad. So we'll just work out the maths of it after I've instant sold it just so we can see the price. So we would have bought this for a price of, let's say, 49,000 coins. 8,000 coins, 57k. You can make 4,000 per potion if you do it that way, which is actually really, really good. But sometimes the actual base potion can go so much higher. And for me, you're not going to sell a lot of these potions, but if you can get it for that price quite consistently, and you're able to leave on the Grand Exchange sell, you can make yourself so much money with Juju potions. Now, finally, because I have rambled a little bit on for that one, let's go and check out the Farming Potion. So the Farming Potion is probably something you would be worth looking at to decant. So for me, I always do it in a 1 dose, because again, once the 1 dose is used, because you're only going to use 1 dose for a farming run, then you get rid of a vial. But let's just check a 3 dose. But you can see here, like decanting it into a 4 or a 1, you're going to make more money per dose. So this should really be around 30k if it's going to work on 10k a dose. So we'll see what price this will buy for. 25k, so that's 25k for that. So that's going to put the Marble Vine at a price of roughly 14,000 coins, which actually isn't too bad. But if we were going to buy the Farming Juju in some different doses, and this is kind of the only Juju which I'd say works in this sort of way, because again, who's going to need like a 4 dose Farming Juju when you're only really going to use 1 per run? So maybe the other doses will sort of balance themselves out. And then if we go and find a 4 dose as well, see what the price that is. But these potions are incredible ways to make some profit, especially if you've got access to vines. If you want to go and like train Also, a 4 dose is cheaper than a 3 dose. How does that work? If you want to go and train like your hunter as well, and you want to use Jadinkos for a way to train, this can be an incredible way to make some cash, and especially if you use all of the things at your disposal, the scroll of efficiency, all of the porters, Buisness mask, you can make your supplies stretch so much. Now for me, with these stacks of vines, I kind of wait until these will be sold, and then I'll make another batch, and I'll make another batch, because there's no point like having 10,000 of these just in case another Juju potion becomes usable, which does use draconic vines. Some potions use the same vine, so you just want to make sure to check things out as well. But I hope I've shown you guys in this video that there's definitely enough potential in Juju farming, hunter, and herblore as well. All three skills have picked out different things, whether it's selling a Sam done unfinished potion for 25k, whether it's making the mining potion and trying to sell it for 96,000 coins, or whether it's trying to make the Juju farming potion, which again is still going to be profit. Maybe not as good as the mining potion, which I don't think it is. The mining potion is one which really has some decent demand on it because people use it in quite big volume. But again, try these different methods. These different methods will make you really big money. And in terms of this as well, it's shown you the profitability of buying it over time. I've bought all of my potions, so I've got something like 6,000 Samden, 5,000 Eugene potions. I've bought these over months, really slow bought, got them for a good price, and then because of that, it just means that by the end of it, I've got so much more profit in it. Now, if you want me to show you guys the hunter methods behind it, how to hunt the Jadinkos, how to go and get these vines to make it a way to stack up a decent amount, I can definitely do that. Don't forget as well, if there's anything like hints towards an update, which has a Juju related to it, that means that Juju potion could explode in price and you can make even more as well. But that is Juju potions. It's a really sort of hard video to get so much in without sort of rambling and going on a bit too long, because again, there's so much depth into it. But just remember, farming the potion into the unfinished is always highly profitable, especially if you get the right kind of potion. Some potions will be more than others. Check your margins and then dial in and pick that potion. Transforming the unfinished and using the vine which you've hunted or gathered yourself can be really good. The potions go really niche and sometimes really high in terms of profit, so you can capitalize on that. And then finally, some potions turn it from a normal Juju potion into a perfect potion with a harmony moss can be a lot more profit, so you can actually turn those into perfect potions and make a lot of profit from it as well. However, one last warning is that Juju potions don't often trade in high volumes, so if you are going to do it, I would just be careful on how much you are looking to do. However, I'm going to wrap the video up from there. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you have, please make sure to leave me a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.